Hey guys, red black greetings. This is Flamengo. Welcome to the Paparazzo Rubro Negro channels, right? Paparazzo Rubro Negro 1, Paparazzo Rubro Negro are three channels. I invite you to subscribe to all three Paparazzo Rubro Negro channels on YouTube and also follow us on Facebook, right? You're always with us, and we're here with important news. Exclusive investigation by Riza Simplicio. We also did some investigating to confirm everything that's happening. Robozinho says goodbye to Flamengo. He's no longer a Flamengo player. Michael is out of Flamengo. Many people were saying that Flamengo was selling and all that, but Riza Simplicio's investigation is confirmed. Okay, we have the same information here, right? I checked with a source connected to the board and also to the player. Yeah, man, we know that Macon has a huge affection for Flamengo. We will always have that respect too to bring the news in the best way possible. It was an amicable termination, right? There's nothing bad to say about Macon. It just wasn't his best time at Flamengo. But it's important for us to also mention the affection he always had for the fans and the affection the fans have for the little robot, right? According to Raiza Simplicio, the forward has ended his contract with the Red and Black and is heading to Al Ula, Saudi Arabia. Flamengo and the player agreed, maintaining their good relationship. The Saudi club will not make a purchase offer to Flamengo and Maicon leaves as a free agent, okay? The player is expected to travel today, returning to Arab football. The thing is, from what I've found out, he's a player who had a very high salary. Signing bonuses and everything else he has to receive, he'll handle that directly with the Arab club. He'll get an extra amount. Flamengo doesn't have to pay those signing bonuses, no. And Flamengo also gets rid of a very high salary. Michael, who still had time left on his contract, right? He still had a contract with Flamengo. Flamengo calculated how much they would spend on Michael's salary and now opens up space for Flamengo to sign a new player, right? It frees up payroll space due to the high salary. Flamengo and Michael agreed this was best. The termination benefits both sides, so Michael leaves. Flamengo obviously loses the amount they spent on signing him, but that's part of football for Flamengo. Now, considering the new signings coming in as well, making room in the payroll to pay the salaries of some players, Flamengo is fine when it comes to money today, making room in the payroll to pay high salaries. It's already an interesting move, and Flamengo is doing this, and it will be good for the club. Okay, look, here are Flamengo's fans. Len Maya is sending a message here. Oh, gratitude to Misha for everything. Souza, thank you, Michael. Souza, Michael, right? Thank you. Michael is not a woman. Souza, Michael, thank you, Michael. Good luck. Go with God. Guys, we just need to finish with De La Sue Royale and Allen. Hey, don't do that, man, right? Rodrigo 91, don't do that. De La Cruz is dealing with physical issues he hopes to overcome. Hopefully this year will be better for him. The free motivational wasn't Santos. No, it wasn't going to happen with Santos because he wanted to get some signing bonuses and all. So Flamengo solved it in the best way possible directly with Michael. Okay, so what now? He's leaving Brazilian football for Arab football, Magno Lobo. God bless his journey in football. It was only at the time when he was in good physical condition, with speed. Out of shape, he's a player below Flamengo's level and all. Saying that he's just a street player and all because he only has speed and doesn't think, I disagree with that too, okay? A lot of people always call him a street player and everything, but there's a lot of affection for Michael. Was he important then? Yes, that's it. RJ Vinny? Watching Lino play, I still preferred Michael's hustle at times. Back then, Michael was really on fire, right? Magno? So, Lobo mentioned Marco Terranova today, my friend Marco Terranova. If he had Lino's playing time, he'd do what Lino does. So, fans are upset with Samuel Lino's performance, right? And praising Michael? That's me. I'm an avatarian. Sell Lino. Lino sells. Sell Royal. Michael and Luis Araujo, this guy is supporting Michael's sale, but he also wants other players to be sold. Luis Araujo, man, what's with all this anger towards Luis Araujo, huh, man? He plays really well. For me, he's one of the best players on Flamengo. I really like Luis Araujo. ACM Pet, do you think someone else will come to take his place? With that payroll space, I'd choose Luis Henrique. It's so you don't make a mistake, man. Flamengo signed Paquetá, right? Right now, Flamengo is easing up the payroll with the new arrivals they've had. It's impressive. Michael wasn't even listed for many games. All the Flamengo players who left in this transfer window were players who weren't being used, who weren't even listed. Did you notice that Flamengo's move to keep those who play, who get opportunities, and only sell or negotiate those who weren't being used, right? But I think now Flamengo is going to look for a striker. They're looking for a center forward, right? So, yeah, it could be in the middle of the year, probably mid-year or at the end of the year. I don't think this striker Flamengo is looking for will come right now, right? What do you think? Someone like Caio Jorge. Felipe Luis really wants a striker with Caio Jorge's profile. And my friends, Flamengo just released confirmation of what we were talking about here, about the negotiation, right? About Michael's contract termination. And man, there are so many journalists bringing information saying a player isn't coming to Flamengo, and then the player comes that Michael was sold. Now it's Michael's contract termination, and with Raiza we were bringing the information. GE reported the news too, but didn't credit Raiza. It's a shame. These guys, the traditional media is bleeding. The traditional media is really struggling, right? So everything has been confirmed by Flamengo. Flamengo released the official statement, and they even sent it to us just now in the press group. Here it is. Look, Flamengo and Michael confirmed. Flamengo and Michael have mutually agreed to terminate the contract. So our confirmed news wasn't about a sale, it was a contract termination. Flamengo released a statement. The Clube de Regatas do Flamengo announces that it has terminated the contract of forward Michael this Friday by mutual agreement with the player. Flamengo thanks the athlete for his professionalism, dedication, and contributions during his time at the club and wishes him success in his future career. That's it, my friends. Fake news is everywhere, and many journalists are poorly informed. It's a joke. The worst part is people still pay attention to them. You need to watch people who share serious information and don't just deny others. That's what you should do now. Let me bring up a situation that happened with Guilherme Varela. And man, there were fans complaining about Guilherme Varela because, man, Varela showed up wearing a Fluminense jersey inside his car. Man, Varela, did he mess up or not? Look, that shirt is nice, isn't it? Varela, that shirt is killing me, Varela. You're getting me with that, huh, Varela? Oh, God. At the end of the movie, you shut up the explosive one. You shut up the explosive one. Damn, man, you're killing me. Look at that Fluminense shirt over there. So guys, commenting, joking and all, then I posted here nothing special. The guy changed his shirt to give it as a gift to someone. I didn't even think he messed up with that. I didn't think he messed up with that because, man, he just changed his shirt. For God's sake, people, let's not make a big deal out of this now, right? For God's sake. Varela has friends who support Fluminense, just like I have friends who support Fluminense, Vasco, and Botafogo. There aren't many, but we do have friends from those teams, and they ask me about it. A Flamengo player swaps shirts with a Botafogo, Fluminense, or Vasco player and gets it signed. I had an experience where I got a Fluminense jersey from a Flamengo player, a match-worn jersey that I managed to get. My wife's godson and mother are Fluminense fans, while my wife supports Flamengo. She never cared about soccer before, but became a fanatic with me. So, what happens? The jersey I got, man, was the jersey from the 2024 final, when we became champions over Fluminense. Was it 2025? Yeah, just now it was. Yeah, so I went there. She had the match day, talking about the final, Flamengo and Fluminense, man, nothing better. I collected Fluminense players' autographs and sent them as a gift. I took care getting the jersey and put it in a bag. Careful, just with my fingertips, but now she left it in the car. It makes no sense. She's clearly bringing a gift to someone, so then the autographed jersey with the match day, Flamengo as champions. Imagine the guy having to wear that jersey, an autographed jersey with the match day, talking about the final he lost. That's priceless. I even joke, saying, there you go, do your thing. Here's the jersey you wanted from the final. Then he just jumped out, nothing else to it. So please, let's not make this a controversy, okay? And finally, Lucas Paquetá, caught by his wife at Ninho do Urubu. Everyone was waiting, desperate, wanting to see the footage of Paquetá at Ninho do Urubu. With the new jersey, with the number 20, with the new game jersey. He's there, man. He's there. His wife took a picture of him with his two kids there, wearing the number 20 jersey El Paquetá, him and his two little kids at Ninho do Urubu. Man, that's amazing, guys. That's amazing. Look at that. His wife captured that moment. That's priceless, man. Sensational, right? Lucas Paquetá with Tommy Paquetá, man, him with his kids there at Ninho do Urubu, right? So, it was on Friday afternoon. His wife stirred up social media by posting a photo of the players there with their kids, all dressed up, also showing the new number. People are commenting here that Senior Zeze makes Siaz videos. He was anxious, waiting for these images. It's not in the Boletim Informativo Diario yet, and Flamengo hasn't announced the signing. He must be in the Boletim Informativo Diario by tomorrow to play in the Supercup. It seems like Aya, but it's not. Lino, Neto Araujo, wow, Flamengo, I love you. Junior Zeze has already signed as of the time we're recording this. Not here, right? But at any moment now, Flamengo will be there registering the contract. Let's keep an eye on the Boletim Informativo Diario today, right? It's already out on the Boletim Informativo Diario. Paquetá can play in the Super Cup. He wants to. He's getting ready. He's going to the training center. He's training, getting prepared, working on his fitness, doing the exams, doing everything. He wants to be on the roster. It depends on coming out on the Boletim Informativo Diario, right? It depends on the Boletim Informativo Diario publication. Why haven't they announced him yet? Because it's still in the bureaucratic process. They're working it out, okay? His children are named Vasco Paunas. Very good. Welcome to your home, Lucas Paquetá. I doubt he'll be available Sunday. The CBF will likely delay his registration. There's not much they can say. I decided not to, okay? If Flamengo sends the documents, it must go in the Boletim Informativo Diario with no exceptions. Yeah, look, if it's a dream, let me keep sleeping. Many people still can't believe Paquetá is back, asking about his Boletim Informativo Diario registration and all. Paquetá and Dudafone are making their mark. They and their families are welcome back. I'm so happy for you all. I hope Lucas Paquetá scores lots of goals and assists for Mengão. I'll always cheer for him. Right? We lost the Carolino couple but gained the Paquetá family. Rafael Silva sent it. That's life. What can you do? I was really happy, with the Carolinos, right? Carolina and Leo Pereira also brought us a lot of luck. But now the Paquetá family has arrived to make us even luckier, right? Look, so we were saying here that Flamengo has until Saturday to register Lucas Paquetá for the Super Cup final, okay? There's a key regulatory point. According to Article 5 of the General Competition Regulations, the player is only eligible to play starting the day after his name is published in the CBF's Daily Information Bulletin. Therefore, to be available for the match against Corinthians and Brasilia, Paquetá needs to have his name published in the Boletim Informativo Diario by this Friday. Okay, so he's not... The information that came out on Saturday isn't correct. The information is that the player is only eligible to play starting from the day after his name is published in the Daily Information Bulletin. We need to see if it's a Saturday issue or if it'll be published today. We're here and paying attention. Honestly, there's a lot of doubt about this. In the Carioca, for example, it has to be 2 days before. It's with the CBF, we know it's different. It's the day before. But isn't there a rule? Isn't there an official from the CBF there on Saturday too? That's the question. So the fans are, not just the fans, everyone is anxious to know if Paquetá will be able to play in the Super Cup or not. We're here, man. I put him to sleep again. But there's important information. Tiago Asmar was just talking here about Paquetá. Whether there's anything official or not for Paquetá to be listed in the Boletim Informativo Diario. There are people spreading fake news out there, right? Not yet. At this moment, it's not in the Boletim Informativo Diario. There are still people spreading some fake news about the Boletim Informativo Diario, but it's not true, okay? But it should happen. It should happen. See Tiago Asmar confirming it there. He said that Paquetá's name will be registered in the Boletim Informativo Diario in time and that he will go to the Super Cup final. Look, it's already almost done here.
What I received as information from Flamengo, it's already pretty much certain, based on the information I received from Flamengo, from very influential people at Flamengo. There's a 90% chance.
Nice, huh?
Paquetá already debuted in the Supercopa do Brazil final against Corinthians, right? The information I just received is that Flamengo is already finalizing the last signatures, and the paperwork will be sent to the CBF today.
So Neto is going to cry, huh? Bagri Neto, your friend, the one who called it mediocre, is going to cry. Look, take this video to the locker room so Paquetá can watch it and hear the comments. He needs to score the goal and imitate a Bagri from Bagri Neto.
And today, Paquetá will be registered by the CBF. In other words, there's a 90% chance. That's what Flamengo told me. Really strong sources at Flamengo that Paquetá is going to play. He's going to debut in the final. How great. No!
Yeah, but he'll join in during the game.
That's his wish, and Felipe Luiz's, who wants to have Paquetá on the roster.
Imagine him coming into the game and scoring a goal.
Wow, he's in game rhythm. He was mid-season during the championship.
But he was injured in Brazilian soccer.
In other words, he might be in top physical shape, right?
Because he had a back problem, yeah. Good.